Well, hello everyone, it's Lulu. How are you on Sunday night? What a week, right? Well, before we even get any farther along, I'm sure somebody will correct me. The headband that won last week was the lavender. So here it is. And if you are here to vote, these are very similar. So let's vote. This one is pearls, well, not pearls, fake pearls, fake rhinestones. And I don't know if you can make it out. This is a very pink pastel rose. Rose? Yeah. And so we're going to call this the round one. Okay, the next one to vote on, we're going to call the oval one. And this one is all the way, unlike the other one that was halfway. And it's fake rhinestones and, of course, fake pearls that are oval shaped. So let me hold them up together, kind of, sort of. This one ends kind of in the middle. This one is all the way through. I'm not sure if that helps or not. So call it the round one, call it the pink rose one. It's so hard to see the pink rose, but it really is quite pink. It's a baby pink, I shouldn't say quite pink. And then this one is simply ovals and rhinestones. And what would a Sunday night chit chat be without my wine? Last week, I talked about the fact that I bought a set of 4 hand painted. Now I'm talking at a craft fair. I'm talking like they were $6 a piece, or I don't even know. It was like 20 years ago. And last week was definitely lilacs. I really don't know what this one is. Daisies? Half daisies? Maybe half daisy. So it's way too early for that because daisies usually don't appear until mid to late summer, as far as I know. I could be wrong. I'm going to have all kinds of technical difficulty. What are not technical? What's it called? Wardrobe failure? I'll try to be good about it. Cheers to you. It's been a crazy week. My crazy week mostly has to do with my mom. It's as though somebody took a switch and just switched it off. She is extraordinarily weak. She's not building her magnets. Her typical, almost hourly, maybe every 90 minutes, she would take 3 laps around the house. Is now down to maybe twice a day and only 1 lap. I'm helping her this weekend. I helped her get dressed in the morning. Up until now, she says she's been fine, but I am helping her get dressed in the morning on Saturday and Sundays, which is a very different experience for me. And also at night, she's not able to clean her dentures. Again, a very, very, very new, not something I was looking forward to, I'll be honest, experience for me. And it was a really hard week seeing her. It was almost day by day. It was almost hourly. And my sisters came up with, she has very bad arthritis on the spine, which is why she had the neurotransmitter surgically implanted maybe about 10 years ago, and helped immensely. Like literally went from not being able to walk to having that transmitter implanted into her spine and getting up from bed and being able to do a polka. I'm not even exaggerating. That's how incredible this thing was. But we're thinking the arthritis now is so bad, it's just like glue working its way down the spine. Nothing's going to help, and now it's probably pressing on nerves or synapses or whatever is in your spine that is, weakening everything. We're not doctors, but it's been a very, very hard week. Her memory has declined. Somebody said check for UTI. Been there, done that, over and over. She has 2 doctor's appointments next Tuesday. Not this Tuesday, next Tuesday. And, we're always, we are, not always, but trust me, we 3 daughters are like, nothing misses. We don't miss a beat with this. And we've been here long enough with her and through enough with her that we pretty much know the checklist. Okay. And I'm not putting this in my title, as you will have seen by now. I'm not a cash grab, sensationalist. Is that a fair thing to say? Let me think about that. I'm not putting anything about the coronavirus, COVID-19, in my title. I think it has, at least for me, it has definitely affected my psyche. I'm not near panic, but I am very, very aware. I am on high alert. I don't live in an area where there is an abundance of it. As a matter of fact, we just had our first case in a private long-term care facility, which is considerable. Although it's in my county, it's kind of the other end of the county. I'm way on the north end of the county. This is on the south end of the county. But still, somebody had to bring it to that patient, a visitor, a worker, a delivery driver, or a recently, not invited, registered patient and part of their family. Who knows how, right? Nonetheless, I'm just very aware of it. I'm aware of, and I think I'm not the first to say it. I'm not the last to say it, how long 20 seconds is to wash your hands. It's like an eternity. I carry, of course, hand sanitizer. I carry Lysol wipes in a Ziploc baggie in my car. I've been like a crazy person as I've been grocery shopping. We, here in the suburbs of Chicago, Costco was wiped out on a Friday night, but it was Friday and it was night. I don't know what it was like in the morning. But Saturday morning, I went grocery shopping to a relatively, not large grocery store, but it's an ethnic grocery store, Polish, Indian, Mexican, Indian, you name it, huge deli section, all kinds of prepared salads and pastas and things, every kind of cheese you can imagine, and imported sausages, but a regular grocery store. You need detergent, you need soap, you need paper towels, toilet paper, you need oil, you need vinegar, you need sardines, you need sour cream, whatever. They were very, very, very well stocked, very well stocked. I went in the morning. Had I gone at 7 o'clock at night, I don't know. If you've taken even one college level economics course, even if it was like Economics 101, you know that demand and supply, back when I was in college, it was about butter and guns, but you're going, what is she talking about? Supply and demand, it will catch up. We have a great system here. We were not ready for this, we being the grocers, the stores, the retailers, but we'll catch up. Supply will catch up to demand, so just if you feel like going and buying 7 bags of beans, go right ahead. I'm not worried about that. I think we are now learning. We are learning from all the previous countries, and unfortunately, they were the pioneers, and they didn't have anyone to learn from. We are in unknown territory. I don't think it's worth pointing fingers at anyone for any reason. This is unknown. You can be what do they call it? A Sunday afternoon quarterback or a backseat driver or something, all you want. But all I know is Illinois has taken great steps very quickly. Every day there's something new. One day we're closing the schools. Today we are closing the bars and restaurants. Gatherings of 250 or more have been banned. They are like this on trying to respond. There was an incident at O'Hare International Terminal. They were like this. Illinois was like this on it. Even though the terminals and the TSA are federal components, nonetheless, O'Hare resides in the city of Chicago, way on the outskirts. But I'm very proud of what has been happening. I think, of course, hindsight. Don't we all have hindsight? Don't we all have hindsight? Who has lived through this? Who has even begun to think this? Who even thought this in December? But of course, it's easy to say we should have, could have, would have. But all I know is I think that right now the response is great. I think the response will become even greater and more encompassing. And I will tell you that I am on complete alert. I never realized how much I touched my face. I have a 92-year-old mother living with me. I am over 60. I have Crohn's disease, which is an autoimmune disease. I feel like half the world, more than half the world has an autoimmune disease, so I don't feel like that makes me like I'm immunocompromised. I mean, I suppose I am, but I never feel like that. I don't talk about that. I'm not at the moment on any biologics. Humira has been discontinued, and I have not started my infusion therapy. So I will say that that is my reaction at this point, because at that point, immunotherapy, whether infusions or injections, that's a big deal. And I won't do that until this crisis has passed. I've spent enough time talking about this when I said I wasn't really going to talk about it. So let's get on to happier things, would we please? I talked last week about Vienna blood. If you haven't had a chance to start it, please do. If you love these, you know, like I think Sherlock Holmes-ish, like looking at clues that nobody else sees and tries to profile before profiling was the thing. And the character, just love it. Now I am kind of watching Outlander, continuing because it's a very long series, and rewatching the Miss Fisher mysteries, which when I grow up, can I just be Franny Fisher? Her wardrobe, her wardrobe, her wardrobe. No words. See, touch my face. No words for her. Oh, just watch it for the wardrobe. And I did didn't mean to do it on an Outlander. I watch Outlander now. I was binging, and now I kind of watch it 3 or 4 episodes at a time when I can. And somehow, I don't know if when I went back to it, I jumped to the wrong season or the wrong episode. But when I hit play and started watching it, like, it was a huge giveaway. And I was like, and now I'm so sad because this 30 seconds in this episode that I accidentally clicked on was just like, just take away the whole frickin' series. So I'm trying to get over that. It's going to take me a little bit to get over it, but I will. My sister has recommended Virgin River on Netflix, so that is on my to-watch list, so I'm excited about that. I mentioned earlier bully sticks, so I'm, bully sticks. I resisted them for a long time for the dogs. Then I got them, and they loved them. Now, if you're not a dog owner, or you're not an animal lover, or maybe you're a dog owner and you didn't know, they put it very politely on the ingredients, but what they are is, what do they call it on the ingredients list? Bull's pizzle? Bull's fizzle? It's a bull's private part. Male. Well, bull is male. Hello. Private parts, like dried completely. I don't know how well endowed they are, but they're pretty long. And the dogs just love them. And they're very expensive. And then compared to dog treats, even like the dental chew ones, they're pretty ding-dong expensive. Costco has a great price for them. They sell them, of course, in bulk. And I did buy a new bag, and I can't believe it because it's probably been at least a year since I bought them because the whole thing, I didn't know what they were. Like, until a friend of mine told me, and then I was like, okay, no more, not happening in this house. And somehow I gave in. Why did I give in? There was a reason I gave in, but I don't remember. So the dogs are eating bully sticks again. La-di-da. But I also learned, cow's hooves and pig's ears and cow's ears. It's amazing. And it's just amazing. What else can I say? I don't really have much else to say. A couple of weeks ago, did I mention this last week? I did not the brand baby feed, but there's one I buy from Amazon that is really literally like alligator snakeskin peeling, and you get 2 in a pack for like $15 or $16, whereas baby feed I think is $20 or $25 each. And the results have been spectacular. Although the directions say an hour to hour and a half, I wear them overnight. They come in, if you don't know what that is, it's a solution that comes in cellophane like booties, and you put the booty on your foot. They come in a foil packet. You open the foil packet, you carefully take the booty out, you put it on your foot, and then there's a tape mechanism to tape it around your ankle so it's sealed. And then I put a sock on over it, and I use it overnight. And within 4 or 5 days, you notice crackling, and then all of a sudden you see skin peeling, and it kind of starts on the top of your foot, where the skin isn't very thick, but then the bottom of your foot, your heel, your sole. Crazy. Now, I had a friend on Facebook who really followed the directions, and she actually is having the same experience of the stuff just peeling off. Now, she used, I believe, the real baby feed, whether that matters or not, but it's time, because you don't want to do it during sandal season, because you can't wear sandals for a week and a half, 2 weeks, because your feet look like, I mean, like your skin is falling off in layers, not like a suntan burn where you kind of gently, no. This is like layers, like thick layers of skin coming off. All right. So even though I didn't want most of the video to be about COVID-19, it was, but hopefully it was a calm, just my perspective on it, being aware and trying to stay in as much as I can, which I have worked remotely for years, so that's kind of not an issue. And that's it. I hope you all stay safe, be smart, don't go out if you don't have to. I don't care how young you are, how healthy you are, I don't care what, because you just don't know if you're a carrier. You don't know what you were exposed to, because people spread this before they're even sick. It's kind of a problem. Bully sticks, I covered headbands last week's winner. We voted for either the round or the oval for next week. And Virgin River is on my list. Let me know if you have watched it. My sister made it sound fantabulous, and she and I often have very similar tastes, so I'm excited about that. And it's not a drama series. It's not a period drama series. And I'm finding that's kind of okay with me, although I still very much like the period dramas, especially the British, Australian kind of detective series from maybe, well, current or even somewhat more recent. Current or more recent. Well, what doesn't that make sense? Never mind. I'm looking forward to Virgin River. And if you haven't watched Vienna Blood and you love that Sherlock Holmes, please do. That's it. The dogs are fine. Mama's declining rapidly. Doctor's appointment next Tuesday. And I'll keep you updated. If you haven't joined, if you made it to the end, thank you, thank you, thank you. Join my Facebook group, please. I post there several times a day, not often during the day because I'm working, but at night I'm like, blah, 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 blah. It's a great group, although it's called Lulu's Beauty Friends. Rarely do we talk about beauty. And I thank you again for being here tonight. Be safe, be smart. And that's about it. Take care. Bye-bye.